love you. All the good times we had, I wish I could repeat them for the past 3 months. Love and feeling a little feeble. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the last video for today. But yeah, so today I never understood Quasimoto, Madlib, alter ego. I never understood it. But my boy gonna explain it. That being said, let's like the video, you know what I'm saying? Like always, my shirt's getting a little oofy. Little V-neck. That little commercial on the dude was like that. That's how I'm feeling right now, but it's whatever.
There are few genres where artists can have the chance to record, produce, and master if they'd really like to. But if there's one thing that I love most about hip-hop is that this can be taken one step further. Your favorite artists can literally collaborate with themselves. The creativity in hip-hop is endless with an alter ego. Alter egos in hip-hop aren't new, and they're not shied away from in today's music. The way I understand of how they work is that they provide another medium for artist expression, like the voice in the back of their head. Even if this ego has the slightest influence on an artist, it deserves to have a means of expression. By exploring alter egos, an artist can still stay true to their brand and how they really are, while pushing the limits of creativity. Slim Shady, Wolf Haley, Doom, Kill Edward, and Machiavelli. Even if you don't realize it, you likely rap along to many of your artist's favorite egos. But one that tapped into my curiosity a little more than others was Quasimoto, Madlib's infamous furry yellow monster with a protruding snout and lit cigarette, more distinctly known for his pitched up voice. Quasimoto was developed with the intent of private listening, as Madlib wanted someone to rap on his beats while living in Oxford, California in the mid-90s. A friend heard these tapes and convinced Madlib to debut this alter ego. The idea of a physical being was entertained much after the original creation of the character. Although there's no concrete idea for inspiration of the physical design of Quasimoto, some say the inspiration was found through The Dregs in the 1978 film Fantastic Planet. But where we really first found Quas was in the Microphone Mathematics single in 2000. Although 3 of the same characters are found on the cover, it's not hard to spot the real Quasimoto. By the real Quasimoto, I mean the meaning behind this ego and what side of Madlib it portrays. Without the infamous brick and lit cigarette, one may overlook the attitude of Quas. The debut album The Unseen was released on June 13th of 2000, and is said to be a dramatic leap for Madlib's production. The album boasts of 24 tracks and is over an hour long. The attitude of Quasimoto is really crafted within this album. The attitude and perspective of Quasimoto is an absolutely wild and eccentric lifestyle, told in a fictionally created world, where Madlib ties it all in, over beautifully chosen jazz and soul samples. Coming back 5 years later, the further adventures of Lord Quas brought the same idea of outlandish lyricism over legendary samples. The album is described as a smoked out comedy crime blaxploitation flick, and I definitely say that falls in parallel to what's going on here. Although Quasimoto was already established in The Unseen, this album brings more. One of the more exciting tracks brings us a feature of MF Doom. This feature fits great within the album because it's one of the few songs that feels completed, rather than left off purposely unfinished by Madlib. The Further Adventures of Lord Quas is a great chapter in the story of Quasimoto. It brings us more definition to our furry, deranged friend. The LP is a twisted adventure that never brings a dull moment. From the love of jazz to vinyl, it's not an event to skip in his discography. The third and presumably final album until further notice was labeled Yes Sir Whatever. It was released as a 12-track compilation for the 12 years of existence of Quasimoto. With the lack of consistency throughout the previous albums, Yes Sir Whatever fit comfortably into the discography of Quas. Since it was a span over a decade, we were able to see more angles of Quas, and become more familiar with his purpose, rhythm, and style. But it's much more complex than that. Not only did we receive a decade worth of music, but through the intricate art of sampling we receive a taste of even further in time. Scattered decades through Madlib's production. Like Seasons Change sampling DC City from 1983. Or Planned Attack boasting 5 samples, including My Foolish Heart from 1978. This idea is reiterated through the album's liner, which states recorded in Lost Gates, California, sometime between the late 1990s and the present and the future. What I find the most wonderful about Quasimoto is not just the lyrics, cartoon-like portrayal, or pitch vocals. It's the fact that the push of him even existed. Thought without action that does not form into reality is ever too common in this world. Without the push from his friend Chris, Quasimoto would have just been alone with Madlib in his studio apartment. It reminds me of when the potential throwaways of an album get released, and they end up being the most successful songs off the album. It could even be said that Quasimoto helped Madlib become more comfortable using his own unpitched voice. So next time you have a great idea, let it go. The world deserves to hear what you have the opportunity of sharing. I mean, look at what you're watching now. This video idea wouldn't exist if I left it in my notebook, right? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I want to hear what your favorite Quasimoto track is and why. Also, out of all the alter egos in hip hop, which one's your favorite? Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys, and until next time.
My favorite alter ego is Slim Shady. And my favorite Quasimoto song, I don't have one. I don't really listen to his music like that, to be honest with you. But I'm going to start listening to it. Not going to lie to you. But I used to have an alter ego. His name was Owen Jitto Truth. Do I have any others? I don't think so. And a place called Lividus. But those just gonna live with me for right now until I could bring the right people around to really evolve those ideas. But let me ask y'all something. What do y'all think about alter egos? Do you think it's a good thing to have alter egos in music, or do you think it's a bad thing? Tell me in the comments below. Stay tuned to the next video. Be safe. Peace. Mario the poet.